What's going on, family? It's your guy, Boro, the Lucky Libra. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. As y'all can see by the title, we're picking up the signs through the houses series with Libra in the 7th house. Shout out to all my Aries risings, all right? Before we get into it, make sure to like, share, subscribe so we can circulate these gems. Make sure to tap into my website if you'd like to connect with the Lucky Libra, and tap into my Patreon if you'd like to dive deeper. Let's get right into it. Libra in the 7th house. All right. Now, first of all, what is the 7th house? The 7th house is the area of our life where we deal with one-on-one connection, one-on-one relationships, partnerships. This is the house where we balance our first house, aka our personality, our personal outlook in the world, our personal expression with the external realm, with others. And we get to mirror that. We get to see ourselves through others, through our relationships, right? That's the 7th house. Now, the 7th house could be one-on-one relationships with anybody. It's ultimately how we conduct ourselves when communicating with people in a one-on-one way. But it also influences, traits that may be within our partners that we attract in this lifetime, and traits and energies that we may experience dealing with other people in our relationships in this lifetime. With others, just out in the world, or within our intimate romantic relationships. Now, Libra, Aries risings, okay? Now, Aries in the first house is very powerful because all the signs are harmonizing for the most part in the houses that they resonate in. Okay, so we got Aries in the first house, which loves to be in the first house because that's his home. And we got Libra in the 7th house that loves to be there. So what happens here? Okay, so we got Libra that deals with relationships, communication, partnerships, balance within relationships. You feel me? Whenever you hear the word balance dealing with Libras, understand balance is being correlated towards Libra understanding how to balance the 1st and the 7th, their personality and dealing with others. So they are the relationship sign, but it's understanding how to find that balance, or, getting into energy, dealing with compromise so the whole foundation can be whole. So it's not lopsided, all right? Okay. So when we get Libra in the 7th house, what happens here is Aries rising manifests a lot of partners that tell them you gotta learn how to compromise. It ain't about how you see it in the first house. It ain't about, we know you ambitious. We know you pretty dedicated and devoted towards what you want to manifest in your personal life, Aries rising. We know you have strong conviction with your personal ideals. But when it gets into relationships, a lot of that ain't it ain't mirrored over here. It ain't people get inspired by you, people get motivated by you. Trust and believe that, even if they don't admit it, Aries rising. But your partners and people in your life will influence you to learn how to deal with some compromise before you crash a situation in your first house or a relationship. You may burn bridges in relationships a lot until you understand how to value and appreciate certain relationships, Aries, in the first house. Libra in the 7th house. Libra in the 7th house may manifest. Libra here may manifest that one partner that, was real selfless, real understanding, understood you for you, liked you for you. And then maybe your ass was too power and controlling. You was being too aggressive with a situation or trying to control a situation. And that actually fucked up the harmony. It fucked up the balance here. So you got to make sure that you're not playing those energies out. And you got to make sure that you got to be aware of when them energies is playing out against you. You got to make sure when you're coming into a situation, being fair, being just about things in your relationships, trying to understand how to compromise, or just placing effort into understanding somebody else, right? Which I commend all my Aries placements that put themselves in situations to do that, because that's not an easy thing to do as an Aries rising. You guys are the individual. I'm the Libra. So, I'm the one that has to learn from y'all. I'm the one that be too invested about other people in relationships and need to learn how to be individual like y'all. And that's what y'all need to learn from me. But because you're an Aries rising, you're going to learn this in your relationships. For sure. It's funny because we all have to learn that in our relationships. Well, I mean, yeah, compromise does make healthy relationships. Even though people have different type of relationships, you know, you may have a dominant and a submissive and all that. You know, people get into all type of relationships. But with Libra in the 7th house, remember, it's extreme. So if y'all go listen to my Aries in the 7th house video, right? Everything's an extreme. So Aries in the 7th house, it's going to bring an extreme in the relationships just because you got Aries and Libra on that first 7th house cusp, you know? So in the Aries, in the Libra rising case, the partner may be more strong-minded, more individual, and you're more relationship-based. Now we swapped it. Now it's Aries rising, Libra in the 7th house. So Aries rising, your personality is more individual. It's more passionate about your individual shit. Is not reluctant to cut a motherfucker off. Doesn't feel like they need anybody in their personal life. Actually, sometimes may not want to do things with other people, Aries rising, especially if they don't have other relationship placements, air placements. Let them have a sun and moon in Aries. Let them have a sun and moon in Scorpio. You know? They're going to be real individuals. You know, they're not going to be, Aries risers are not the type of people they're not the type of people to fall out of relationships and friendships or get fired from a job and be like, damn, son, this, that. No, their psyche is going to have them thinking, man, fuck them niggas. I ain't need that shit. On to the next. Why my hands smell like weed? I stopped smoking. What the fuck did I touch? That smell like weed. I feel like a skunk from outside is coming into from the window. It smells crazy in here. Anyways, sorry about that, y'all. But so Libra in the 7th house, man, you know, it may be a little annoying as an Aries rising with Libra in the 7th house, because you might manifest people it may not even be like, you may manifest a lot of environments or relationships where people don't know how to be individual, and it's actually annoying because it makes it feel like it's a bit draining, you know, aka you have a partner that always want to do some shit with your ass. You got friends that always want to do something with you, you know, or you got siblings always want to come with you, you know, when it's like, nah, I want to do this shit on my own. I just want to go do it on my own. This is an individual thing. Don't y'all got things to do? Don't y'all got individual goals? You know? So it's Libra in that 7th house is going to teach relatability. It's going to teach partnership in some type of shape or form. Partner may be real intellectual, real logical, you know? Might be even a little bit passive. You might attract real passive individuals here, you know? It really depends at times. It really depends. You have Venus ruling the 7th house. So all Aries rises, with Libra in the 7th house, you need to know what house Venus is in. Whatever house Venus is in is going to bring a lot of influence to your 7th house. You know, Venus in the 4th house is going to be a lot of 4th house energies being experienced in the 7th house. You know, whatever planet's making contact with Venus, you got a planet conjunct Venus, you're going to experience a whole lot of that energy in your relationships. You got Venus conjunct Mercury. It's going to be a whole lot of interaction, communication, talking, compromising, brainstorming, planning, organizing, criticizing that you're going to experience in your relationships, you know? So that's important to understand. With Libra in the 7th house, you may manifest a lot of partners or deal with a lot of people in your life that force you to communicate and express yourself. See, Aries is fire in the 1st house, and fire is expressive, but it's very people don't, Aries be low key, y'all. Aries is low key. Aries don't want to do a lot of talking. So this is something else that happens with Libra in the 7th house, you know? You may manifest a lot of talkative partners, a lot of talkative individuals. That may start to turn you off, actually. You know? But it really depends. You might be an Aries with some air placements. You might be an Aries rising with some air placements. You know? So you might be a passionate communicator. It really depends, but we just focusing on that house, right? So Libra in the 7th house, yes, may attract talkative partners. Uh, partners or people that are they're so intrigued and curious to hear your thoughts and want to hear you communicate and want to get that out of you. That type shit. You may experience a whole lot of that, Aries rising. But ultimately, that's what Libra trying to and I don't know if I said this in the video with Libra risings, with Aries in the 7th house. Man, between Libra risings and Aries risings, all of y'all need to have discernment with who y'all sexually engaging with or who y'all sharing intimacy with. Because once again, I think I did say this. Because you got Libra and Mars between the 1st and 7th house. You got Venus and Mars energy. Scorpio and Taurus risings. That's another pairing right now that got to watch out for, like, how they engage into intimate acts with people. Because it's a lot. You got Venus dealing with love. We could incorporate Venus and Mars into things dealing with sex, Venus dealing with love and pleasure and that euphoria, that ecstasy type of feel. Venus likes that shit. That sense of sensuality, not sexuality, sensuality. That's all Venus energy. Then Mars, the passion, the aggression, the force, the heat, the intensity. So you got to be careful based off of all those things I just named: sensuality, passion, intensity, heat, force, power, pleasure. You got to be careful how much these things lead you in relationships or influence you to make decisions in relationships. I'm not saying these are not things that as soon as you pick up, oh, this relationship too pleasurable, I got to get out of it. Oh, this relationship too passionate, I got to get out of it. No, you gotta make sure you pinpoint that energy and understand this is a strong factor of this relationship. So I can continue to look at the relationship realistically and understand the foundation that the relationship is built upon. Libra in the 7th house, man. Aries rising, you may attract a lot of partners that are way more experienced than you. You may attract a lot of partners that's way more experienced than you with Libra, because you the individual. So you be doing your own groove, your own thing. Be living your own world, Aries rising. And then Libra in the 7th house, Libra, Libra's the relationship sign. So when you get Libra in there, your partner may know some things. Your partner may be experienced. Your partner may be highly sexual. You connect with people that know a lot of people. This is another placement. Is air here? Is air. Libra in the 7th house, your partner may know a lot of people. You may manifest a lot of situations where you're pushed in to mediate other people's relationships. That's something you might experience in the external realm a whole lot. Being in mediator positions within teamwork environments or whatnot, especially if it's like a group work type of thing. It's more than one. It's multiple partnerships, right? But yes, Libra, Aries rising. You can get into a lot of things with Libra in the 7th house that is just it's no strong foundation. It's in the air. It's a wishy-washy type of relationship. You got to be careful how many of these type of situations you get into. Yep, that's pretty much what Libra got going on in that 7th house. You got to remember, Libra is home here. Libra's home here. So it's going to want to experience that harmony of making connections with others, bringing understanding with others. Don't get it twisted. Just because Aries rising got that strong personal intention and that strong sense of that strong passionate sense of individuality in the 1st house doesn't mean they don't also develop a strong intuition for dealing with others, because they do got Libra in this house, So having Libra in that house, once again, Aries rising got all the signs in the zodiac harmonizing in their home states. So I'm gonna come to a place like, this one makes Aries rising intuitive, period. Okay? So that Libra in the 7th house gonna give you a lot of strong intuition as to who to fuck with, who not to fuck with. You know, who correlates with a lot of things that you're building and trying to create in the 1st house, and who doesn't, who clashes with it. You know, for the most part, Aries energy don't be having time for shit. So, you know, for Aries rising is fucking with you, they see something in your ass. Because they really be on the go. And I know. But you guys to know, Libra in the 7th house, I'm gonna end it right here. Last thing, Libra, Aries rising, Libra in the 7th house, you best to know, you need to know what your partner be up to. Or not even your partner. We talking pre-partner, pre-relationship. You need to know what the intentions of an individual is when you're dealing with them, Aries rising. Once again, I said Libra's too up in the air. It's a wishy-washy energy. You know, that shit changes a lot when it comes to their thoughts and ideals about things. So when it gets into a relationship, you need to make sure before you make certain decisions or invest or, you know, give certain efforts to a relationship that you're very clear on the intentions and the way your partner thinks about things, or this person that you see potential in thinks about things. That's going to be very important here. It's going to be very important here. And it's important because you're a very intentional person personally. So if you're not taking that into consideration dealing with somebody else, then it could cause all type of different issues, right? Okay. Got to know the intentions of the person you dealing with and what they got going on. You got to know that. But yeah, that's what we got going on with Libra in the 7th house. That's what we got going here. Real communicative, talkative, you know, positive, probably real experienced partners here. Gotta know what house Venus is in. Venus is the house lord. Just having Venus rule your 7th house here. Aries, you gotta understand. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. Aries rising, just because I'm just thinking about it. You have Venus ruling your 7th house, so Venus is gonna bring support, relatability, some love, some understanding, some connection where it's at, right? So you need to know when to embrace situations dealing with somebody you care about, you like, you love, somebody you're trying to understand, or somebody you're trying to support, or somebody that supports you. Always embrace situations dealing with these type of individuals, because you know you're an individual, right? Let's say you don't have that many placements dealing with relatability. You don't have air placements like that. You don't got no Pisces placements. You don't got no Taurus placements, right? You don't got like cooperative, relatable placements. Then when it comes to that sense of individuality, you're always still going to manifest situations in some house where people teach you how to compromise, balance, share, and cooperate. Okay? So, you know, so just having that, being able to actually pinpoint who you love, who you care about, who you value, who's your support system, that's just going to help you to filter out, you know, unnecessary relationships. And it's also going to help you to, you know, to be conscious, to be aware of your support system. It's not going to be something that you're going to, when you hit rock bottom, you're searching for it, you're looking for it. Venus is constantly trying to get you to understand that you have a support system coming out the 7th house, or there is people that you can connect to, you can rely on. So because I know Aries rising, that shit make you feel vulnerable, makes you feel vulnerable having to ask for help or ask for, you know, support, this, that, and the third. But Venus is gonna highlight and influence that here. You don't need to feel vulnerable to connect, to relate, to build an understanding with somebody. You know, you don't have to feel vulnerable with that. All right, but that's what we got going on, family. That's Libra in the 7th house for all my Aries risings. All right. Make sure to like, share, subscribe so we can circulate these gems. Make sure to tap into my website if you like to connect with the Lucky Libra. Tap into my Patreon if you like to dive deeper. Until next time, family. Peace.